Henderson here with ADU Owner. A couple of years ago, I was involved in getting a major law changed in Utah. And I just want to show you some of our strategy that we use to influence the representatives and senators here in Utah to change that law. And I hope that you can do similar things where you're at. And the hope is that people can build better ADUs that help them and their family more, and we can build a better society that way. So welcome to ADU Owner. Today I want to talk about how I helped change a law, and I want to talk about some of the postcards that I got made to send to all the representatives and senators in Utah. Utah has senators and representatives just like the United States does. And so I had heard they were going to change this law. It was up House Bill 82. This is like 4 years ago. And I got involved, and not a lot of people did. Because when it came to speak before the committee, when they came and said, who wants to speak for and against it? I was the only basement apartment owner that spoke before the committee. I'll see if I can get some of that footage for you. And then I worked with the representative that was changing the law, and he called me. Well, I kept pestering him because I was really interested, and I love ADUs, so I wanted the law to go through. This law made it so that every city in the state has to allow ADUs in at least the majority of their city. And it did away with things like minimum lot sizes. It lowered them down to from 8,000 to 6,000 square foot minimum lot sizes, and some other things. Another thing, cities could only require one extra parking space. So if they typically require two, they could only ask for one more for your basement apartment. And that might not sound too progressive, and I think that Utah needs to go further, and probably will go further in the future, but it was a big step. And then the next year, they made it so that basement apartments, the city can't require impact fees. A lot of cities were requiring like $5,000 impact fees to build a basement apartment. And so that was kind of a deterrent to people doing legal basement apartments. And so the city got rid of those. Anyway, I'm going to show you these. I got a professional ad guy to send all the representatives, all the people, these things, and I'll show you these. This is the first one, and so I like this. Well, first of all, over here, it looks professional how the font's been done. It just looks nice, and it says the bill, and it's sponsored by Representative Ward, and then it has his email address and his phone number, and so. Please don't call him, but maybe I should have blocked that out, but that is his, that was part of that, but that's public information anyway. And then it shows 6 different kinds of ADUs, okay? So above a garage, lower level, that's basement apartment, attached, detached, garage conversion, so an upper level loft ADU, okay? So I thought that was a pretty clever way to show it. And then the text is, this is the solution to Utah's housing crisis. ADUs fit into existing neighborhoods. ADUs can create lower cost housing without disrupting architectural or community character. Then vote yes on HB 82. So I thought that one was pretty effective. And then we built a little website. So for all this, I think the guy was into ADUs, the advertising guy too. I think he only charged me like $1,000 to make these postcards and to build the website. It was really a fantastic deal. Okay, so the next one, this is back when COVID-19 was big. So the next one says COVID-19 relief in Utah's own backyard. And then the stat here, ADUs rents average 58% below market value. Okay, that's actually a typo. The real stat, and I had him change it before I sent it, is 58% of ADUs rent for below market value. And I've seen this is so true. A lot of people that rent ADUs, they make them affordable. It's one of the cheapest ways to have housing. So that was what we put on that one, okay? And so ADUs are an essential tool for delivering affordable units to the market and can aid in the pandemic by providing affordable housing. They can quickly provide affordable options in areas with higher rents, increasing affordable housing in owner-occupied, high-cost residential neighborhoods. Okay, so again, and the representative said he saw these on several of his colleagues' desks, and he said they were pretty effective. This bill probably would have passed anyway, but we don't know. But with these and the compromises the representative made, it passed with an overwhelming majority. That's important because the people that don't like ADUs, they're not going to feel like they can go back the next year and try to get them pared down or try to pass laws that are against ADUs. Okay, so a strong majority is a good thing, and so I felt like it was a good effort, even though it probably would have passed anyway. It was a good effort to make a stronger majority. Okay. The next postcard is prevent our kids from moving to Portland. Okay. So ADUs keep money in Utah for future generations. Okay. So it's important that, Utah's gotten so much more expensive. It went from 25 years ago, it was a really affordable state, to now it's by some measures, it's, top 5 least affordable, top 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on how you measure it. And so it's gotten quite unaffordable. Okay. So ADUs are a key to making it affordable. You basically build 2 affordable houses out of 1 unaffordable one, as far as I'm concerned. So I think the affordability is that's the biggest thing in my mind that the ADUs do. And Portland, it says down here, Portland is known for ADUs. They've been progressive on it, and they have a lot of ADUs. So it's just said, prevent them from moving to Portland. Let's have ADUs here. Okay, so I think that was a good one too. This one, $600 stimulus check one time, and that was back when they were giving away stimulus checks, versus $600 ADU rental check forever. Okay. And then it says, in time of economic distress, ADUs provide instant financial relief, yada, yada, yada. Okay. So, and that's true. It said the stimulus check at that time was $600, and ADUs, minimum one was probably about $1,000. So you could have said $1,000 ADU check forever, depending on the way you look at it. Okay. This is a good one. This shows a pretty picture of Utah. It has a picture of the representative, and I like that. We didn't actually go with this design with the color picture. We went with more of these yellow or green ones that we sent out. But this was a different approach. Okay. Now, a bill that helps the environment and Utah's housing crisis. Okay. So it goes in here and talks about how ADUs are associated with less people that don't drive as much, smaller households. And then some of them are parked on the street. So anyway, different environmental things. So I think that that's a pretty awesome thing. And it's a very beautiful picture of Salt Lake City. Okay. So we didn't use that one. So yeah, that's a good approach. Anyway, by involving this ad guy, and if any of you message me, I could give you his, message me at priorityrecords@gmail.com. I could give you his information. He loves ADUs, and he did all this for like $1,000, $1,200 or something. It was extremely cheap for me. I'm kind of a friend of his, so I think he gave me a good deal on it. But by providing an ad guy, if you have a bill that is going up for like a state bill, if you send things to the people, that can be effective if they're good. We sent these postcards one every 3 days, 4 or 5 postcards. So we kind of bugged them, and then we sent other information as well, and I'll show you that too. Let's see. The next one. Next one has a cute couple, and everybody knows that young couples are looking for housing and having a struggle with that, okay? So we have this cute couple, and here's a bill to prevent our kids from moving out of state, HB 82. And then I'll read this. ADUs appeal to all ages because ADUs tend to charge below market rents. They are an affordable option to those entering the housing market. They also provide empty nesters with the possibility of aging in place while renting their larger homes to a family member or caretaker. ADUs are an attractive housing or investment option for older generations and allow families to expand beyond the primary residence. For example, in Portland, Oregon, ADUs are disproportionately owned by 55 to 64-year-olds, okay? So, and, well, anyway, yeah, I thought that's very effective. It talks about the different types of households that own ADUs. Just really good, really clear. Maybe we should have used these color ones. I don't know. Anyway, I'll go back to the first one, or this is one we had. Okay, finally, a Utah bill that will make your mother-in-law very happy. Okay, playing off that ADUs are sometimes called mother-in-law apartments, and then just some of the same thing. According to the Center for Housing Innovation at UC Berkeley, ADUs rent below average at 58%. Well, what the real stat is 58% of them rent at below market value. Again, I think none of this is blowing smoke. None of this is exaggerating. ADUs really are the affordable housing in our community. When I testified before the Senate committee that was doing this law, that's what I told them. I said, I've run into a lot of people. I don't know where they are. People need affordable housing. And that's what I've seen as I've rented. People need affordable housing, and there's not a lot of it out there. Okay. So let's see.
Oh, yeah.